Start your new year off with a bang.
Yes, baby, that's right!
As PBA legend Pete Weber tries to make it back to the finals of the PBA World Championship, the first major of the season. The 49-year-old has his work cut out for him as he faces a trio of hard-throwing young guns that include Sean Rash, the #1 overall seed in this year's World Championship. Can PDW survive and continue his quest for another major? Find out next. Happy New Year from Las Vegas, and glad you're ringing in 2012 with the PBA. Today will determine the third of 4 finalists for the season's first major, the PBA World Championship. Making his first career TV appearance, the man who runs the show with his #10 jersey, Nathan Bohr.
He is a 3-time All-American from Wichita State.
The lefty from Cheektowaga, New York. Say hello to Ryan Ciminelli.
Ryan is the only southpaw to make it to the top 16 here at the World Championship.
He's won this title twice. The legendary PDW, Pete Weber.
Simply put, Rob, one of the best ever.
And your #1 overall seed, Sean Rash.
Making his second telecast here at the WSOB. Get used to seeing a lot of this man.
Take a look at the rules again. The eliminator format. All 4 guys bowling. Low score hits the showers. Match #2. The remaining 3, same deal. And only 1 will advance to the finals. A little bit earlier, Sean Rash handing over a jersey to 8-year-old Dan McCarty, who suffers from brittle bone disease. The 2 of them united. Throw out the opening ball. Yeah, there you go, Randy getting involved, and not bad. I was kind of hoping for 10 in the pit, Randy, but still good assistance. And Dan McCarty, part of the Las Vegas chapter of Best Buddies. He and his family had a limo ride here. They're going to hang out here. But what a seat he's got. I mean, he has a better view than we do.
Yes, he does.
Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, and last year's PBA World Champion Chris Barnes with you. Today's oil pattern, the same as last week. It's the Scorpion, picked by the highest seed bowling today, and the #1 overall seed in the World Championship, Sean Rash. But the first man to throw a ball in this new year, Pete Weber. 2-8, double wood left by PD Dub, and Weber, the elder statesman here in this quartet of players. The next oldest player to Pete, 31-year-old Nathan Bohr, who was born in 1980, guys, the same year Pete Weber was named PBA Rookie of the Year.
I've been bowling all my life. I didn't go to college because I wanted to be a professional bowler, so I came straight out of high school to the tour, and I've been bowling. This is my 32nd year, and it means everything in the world to me. I can't think of other life that I'd rather have than being a professional bowler.
Pete, not exactly a spring chicken anymore at age 49, but he still has game.
I'm not going to say that to his face, I'll tell you that. Rash on the right. Oh, great kick of the 10.
Hey, Chris, how many times have you started a match with a pocket 7-10? It's kind of like getting kicked right in the teeth, isn't it?
I tend to wait to like the 5th or 6th frame, actually.
Oh, when you really need it?
Yeah.
Nice.
My job is creating opportunity where there's none.
Weber takes care of the spare.
I made a spare.
I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. I always have a little extra hop in my step when PDW is on the show. I get downright excited.
I know you do.
I just love that guy. I love his personality. I love everything he brings to life in bowling. Here is Nathan Bohr, a native of Wichita, Kansas. Got a couple shockers on the show here, Bohr and Rash.
Interesting strategy. He's going to play out.
That is way out. And it works.
Barnesy, do you like that strategy?
You know, I don't mind it for this very reason. It's his first show. He's got 2 power guys playing the lanes inside of him. I don't think he's as good as either one of them from in there. I think this gives him his best chance to win. Maybe not his best chance to advance, though. They could go either way in a hurry on him.
That was Ryan Ciminelli, the lefty. An opening strike. Lives in Cheektowaga, just outside of Buffalo. Great bowling community in Cheektowaga and the entire Buffalo area. Rash on the left. Got a nice little pace going here. So Rash spares strike. Pete Weber, 8 spare in the first. Here he is in the second. Yeah! He's got the hair slicked back.
Got the shades.
Digging the shades, got the glove, the look. It was funny, I was talking to Pete the other day, and he said, you know, I'm tired of wearing this black hat. I'm tired of being the bad guy in the PBA. He said, let Rash have it. It's time for me to be the nice guy and be embraced and loved. I tell you what, a lot of people love Pete Weber and what he does. Ryan Ciminelli's reaction.
Well, you either love him or you hate him, but you certainly love watching him.
That's a fact. Few people more fun to watch than him.
Like he set that one a little short, caused it to kind of hook early on him.
Wiggle there.
Yeah, it's just touchy out there, and it's going to be hard to control that, along with all the nerves he's going to have going on with his first show.
Ciminelli strikes spare, and getting back to Bohr, guys, it's his first show here. But what is Nathan's first love? Turns out it's meteorology.
It's just something that's always fascinated me. Even the last couple of years, I've contemplated going back to school and working towards that goal. I'm trying to remember when it was. I was real young, standing outside of my house in Austin with my parents, and a tornado or a funnel cloud went right over the top of our house. And that's the only thing I can point to that would say that's where that fascination would have begun.
Bohr picks up the spare, and the Storm staffer is so fascinated with weather and tornadoes that he and his mom are planning to do, guys, a little storm chasing a la Twister in the spring. Here's Weber starting the third, working on a double.
He still has great touch. You know, he's always had that great release, and undoubtedly probably one of the best physical games ever.
Spare strike for Rash. Back-to-back jacks for Sean Rash.
Well, I really like his look on this pair, too. There's not anybody with enough rev rate to chase him off that spot. If he can follow himself all the way through, he's almost got the same advantage Ciminelli does.
Hey, he selected the pattern.
Didn't work out very well for Smallwood last week.
Now, last week, Smallwood picked the same exact pattern and was eliminated in the first game. But it wasn't because he didn't bowl well.
Exactly. That's a great point, because a couple of shots, both of them probably should have been 4 pins. They both turned into 4 9s, and what looked like a pretty easy first game for him turned into a train wreck.
Everybody striking out in the third. Weber and Rash tied for the lead. Low man out. The conclusion of match number 1 when this New Year's Day version of the PBA returns to Vegas.
The PBA World Championship is brought to you by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. By Bayer. Try Bayer Advanced Aspirin. Extra strength pain relief twice as fast as before. By DV8. We are DV8. Tonight we bowl. And by the USBC and its 2 million members. To find out more about the USBC, log on to bowl.com today. Welcome back to the Petraglia Division of the PBA World Championship here at South Point Casino and Exhibition Hall in Las Vegas. Let's recap who's made it into our January 15th World Championship final so far. Week 1, the Carter Division, captured by Oscar Palermo. The number 5 overall seed survived against Jack Jurek, Stuart Williams, and Dom Barrett. Week 2 was the Hardwick Division, where Ryan Schaefer came out on top as the number 14 seed. He knocked off Ildemaro Ruiz, Andres Gomez, and the number 2 overall seed, Tom Smallwood. So those two have moved on to the World Championship final in 2 weeks, and that means just 2 spots remain. One to be filled by today's Petraglia Division winner and next week's survivor in the Albee Division, which just so happens to feature number 3 overall seed, Jason Belmonte, the number 1 seed here at the World Championships. Yeah, you're looking at him, that guy, Sean Rash, the man who absolutely dominated the qualifying rounds here. Rash with the 4-bagger, much to the delight of that little guy, Dan McCarty. Here's Sean with more on his style.
Well, I'm aggressive. I mean, it's an individual sport, and the only person that cares about you up there is your family. You know, a great example is when Pete and I bowl against each other or with each other is, you know, we're there for ourselves. You know, you can't focus on them, and you can't worry about what they do, and you know, you want to see others succeed, but you want to see them finish a spot below you every day.
Weber trying to keep it all even with Rash here in the 4th.
D-Dub, another strike.
This drift's just a pinch high, but all 10 go down, and sometimes it's not how, it's how many.
Ciminelli on the left lane. He went 9 spare there last time. Blows up the rack here.
We're having a strike fest, gentlemen.
Just about as opposite Pete as you can get. Pete at 16.8 miles an hour. Ryan Ciminelli, 21.6.
Yeah, he just rears back and fires. Hit it as hard as you can and throw it hard.
2 ways to be a star on tour. Do everything extremely well, or do one thing better than everyone else. He's starting to become real good at that thing.
Half the ball was in the right gutter, Rob Stone.
I mean, he is dancing with the devil.
Dude, this is not a bad play by him. This is out to the first board, literally, and we've seen no one play out there. Maybe the half.
Like the first 1/8 of the board.
Yeah, not a lot of margin for error to the right.
Onions. Looking for 4 in a row. Come on, Pete. Give it to me. Yeah! Hambone! Woo! I am now going to retire from the PBA booth.
Rob has just left the booth. It's up to you and I, Chris.
Sean Rash with a strike of his own. And you wonder why I love Pete Weber so much.
You guys have this thing going on.
Oh my gosh, do we? It is unbelievable.
It's like this man love, this secret connection.
It's a little taboo-ish, I'll admit.
Yeah.
Bohr.
One thing I like about what Nathan's doing, though, is he's playing to his strengths. He's the best straight player on this, out of this group.
I mean,
but I don't think it's the easiest thing to do.
He has me holding his breath every time he releases that shot. I mean, that is...
We just don't see that a lot anymore.
No, not.
You know, seems like every telecast, they start...
Well, Ciminelli's just destroying racks.
They start a little bit straighter around second arrow, or in between second and third arrow, and by the last match, they're lofting the gutter cap. Rarely do we see players playing outside first arrow, and it's all to do with the oil patterns that are laid down.
Well, I thought up in the bowling center itself, it had a lot to do with, it's a high lineage center. South Point does a ton of leagues in open play. It's tough to be right at that. Here, though, it's a fresh surface.
Through 5, guys, we have yet to see an open frame. Not even anything close. We haven't even seen a split. Rash, Weber on top, Ciminelli, and then Bohr. There's Weber looking for 5 in a row as we begin the 6th.
Yeah, it was. Boy, he hit the foul line so solid on that shot.
He's really starting to dial in.
See if he can maintain it.
5 in a row for Rash. 2012 is getting off to a nice start in PBA land.
Good move.
You pull a lot with Sean Rash. How quickly do the lanes transition when crossing with him?
Pretty fast. He likes to use a little surface. He uses a ton of speed and that 500 plus RPM rev rate. Moves the lanes. He'll probably have to move at least a couple during this game, maybe 3. And just off his own ball.
Strike there for Bohr.
Slow, but had a long time to recover.
So, Chris, when you're behind Sean Rash, how often do you make adjustments? How soon do you move?
If I go to his pair from the very first frame, I'll move in 2, 3, maybe 4 boards.
In this environment here, you're bowling with him. How often do you move?
Probably every other frame I move a half.
Every other frame you move a half a board with your feet?
With my feet.
Okay.
And then half of that with my eyes. So when I get to 1, then I probably parallel it in at least a half, maybe a full board.
Every other frame you're moving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rash looking for 6 straight.
And that's something that's really improved in Sean's game, is how well he hits the line now. He used to have a 4-step approach, but used to call it a 5 because of the step he took after he threw it. Now he hits it solid, and he has been on it throughout this World Series.
Weber also looking for a 6-pack here.
Got a hook.
Now Pete and Sean are setting the tone here. Ciminelli looking for 5 strikes in a row. He's destroying pins.
Yeah, I'm afraid, although Nathan played to his strengths a little bit by not playing where everybody else is, he's got a distinct disadvantage with how much room he has to miss on the lane.
He doesn't have the same firepower. And doesn't look like he can string the amount of strikes necessary playing that part of the lane.
There's Nathan's family in attendance. Mike and Cindy.
Come on, be right. Carry. Yeah. Come on.
He's fighting, though. He's working hard.
He is, and at 21 pins behind Ciminelli, he's just 1 hit away from being in this match.
So Bohr trails Ciminelli by 21. The top 3 will move on to match number 2. Rash and Weber are going back to back with their strikes. PD Dub looking for 7 in a row as we begin the 8th.
It's fun to watch.
Got away with just a little small error there. He just didn't flow quite as well as the last couple.
You didn't see the
He saved it.
You didn't see the PDW traditional open hand follow through. His hand was a little closed on that shot.
Yeah, I thought so, but that's part of what makes him a great player too. He has such great touch that he took a shot that most people might have 210'd and turned into a strike.
Come on! That pin came from Reno trying to knock it down.
Well, and that wasn't Sean's best effort either. If we talked about how good he's been hitting the line, he came off of that one a little bit. Got it inside a target. Almost held.
I think in the past we've seen with Sean, he tends to get a little overexcited, a little overamped, and then he starts throwing, starts rushing shots and throwing.
You got to think this 4-man format at the outset, a nice way to kind of calm him down because he has the time. He's forced to sit and relax.
Come on. Come on. Hit. Yeah.
Look at this. I mean, just look how close he is to dropping this in the gutter.
That's really good stuff.
Ciminelli
Slow it down, baby.
just methodically knocking him down.
And for those folks at home watching, Chris and I both invite you to play the 1, 2, 3 board at your leisure and see how good you are at it.
And you can try that on this exact oil pattern at any bowling center that offers PBA Experience Leagues.
I think if Sean has one bugaboo, he tends to drop it into his swing a little earlier. He gets amped up, drops it in, chases after it, and then it just gets going so quick that it's hard for him to catch it enough to make up for the extra speed.
Pete Weber opened this one up with an 8 spare. Since then, 7 consecutive strikes, looking for 8 in a row.
Yes, baby, that's right.
The Dick Van Patten 8 is enough.
Oh, no. Man, are you pulling straws now, brother? I'll tell you what, we have the possibility of Nathan Bohr striking out and shooting 259.
And won't even be close to being enough.
And not making it.
Ciminelli. Yep, another one. He's a machine. He's a stormtrooper. Step up, throw strike. Step up, throw strike.
The thing about guys that go all in every shot, it makes them a little bit pressure proof. There's not, you can't throw it harder. You can't grab it more.
Now, pressure's on Nathan Bohr right now. He's got 3 in a row. Needs a 4-bagger here just to continue to try and stay within reach of these big guns here today.
Get, carry, yeah.
He got that in and it laid there and went dead flush. So he's got a little bit of room out there. He's also throwing it really well.
Actually, up by the Cats, he's playing that lane in a couple of boards from the right lane where he's actually trying to get it out to about the second board.
Nathan's still 10 out of that 3rd spot. Top 3 and move on.
Weber needs a mark to advance.
That hook. Right on in, that's right here.
9 in a row for PD Dub.
Important shot for Sean.
If he doesn't strike on this ball, he could be eliminated.
We see this a lot from Sean. Things aren't just right. And that head maybe starts getting a little chatty inside.
Right.
Time to pull out.
The demons start creeping up. If he goes spare strike, he shoots 249. Bohr can shoot 259.
His new wife, Sarah, sitting alongside Sean's dad, Gene.
Weber already securing a berth in the next match.
Nice game for the old guy. 279 action, Rob.
Sean's pace on that first shot in the 10th was excellent. Didn't get in front of himself. See if he can do it one more time to advance.
Nope. Hands went to the head immediately.
Of course, the ball's got to hit back here.
Match 1 in the books for Pete Weber.
Thank you. Come on up.
Oh, sorry.
279. Rash takes care of the spare.
257 for Rash. Bohr can strike out for 259. Ciminelli can go 9 spare 9 for 258.
Holy cow.
How'd you bowl? Shot 257. Oh, that's great. Nope, I got knocked out.
Bohr must strike or he's done.
Read it a lot. Here. Yeah, come on. kidding me?
On your first show in the 10th frame, to get it to the first board when you need it most.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
It's a great shot.
Ciminelli moves on. Rash will move on. Nathan Bohr, unfortunately, will not.
2012 treating PD Dub very well so far. 9 straight strikes for the Hall of Famer and a little shout out to make my year. Match number 2 when we return.